Welcome to the deep dive. Singapore, wow, it's really made a name for itself, hasn't it? A major hub for education, for innovation in Asia.
Definitely. It's got that reputation.
But, if you're thinking about studying there, at one of those top places, figuring out the money side, well, it can feel like trying to navigate a maze,
Uh,
honestly.
uh-huh. What's really going on behind the scenes, past the brochures?
Exactly.
Well, that's what we're digging into today. Our mission really is to sort of unpack the complexities around tuition fees at Singapore's leading universities.
Okay.
We want to pull out the key insights, help you make genuinely informed choices, and this is important, help you sidestep those common money traps.
Good.
Think of it like getting the inside track, a shortcut to understanding the essential financial stuff.
Okay, let's unlock this maze then. So, when people talk top Singapore universities, NUS and NTU usually pop up first, right?
Yeah.
National University of Singapore and Nanyang Technological University.
There always, yeah.
And NUS, it's consistently ranked #1 in Asia. It's a global player, especially strong in engineering, computer science. Plus, there's big research partnerships.
That's right. And then you've got NTU, also globally ranked,
Yeah.
particularly known as a top young university. They're famous for things like communication, engineering, and some really cutting-edge labs in AI and robotics.
Wow.
But it's not just about those two giants. What's interesting is the diversity beyond them. You've got Singapore Management University, SMU.
Ah, SMU, right.
Yeah, they do things differently. Very U.S.-style seminar-based learning, really interactive, big focus on law, business, social sciences, and they integrate internships right from the start.
That sounds practical.
Very. And then there's SUTD, Singapore University of Technology and Design. They set that up with MIT.
Oh, okay. MIT collaboration.
Exactly. So it's very focused on interdisciplinary design thinking. It's not just engineering. It's about designing solutions.
Yep.
Plus, unique engineering tracks, dual degrees sometimes. And we shouldn't forget SIT, the Singapore Institute of Technology, which is geared towards applied learning, industry-ready skills. And SUSS, Singapore University of Social Sciences.
Yeah.
Great for social sciences, law, education, and really good for adult learners, working professionals, offering work-study pathways.
That's a really helpful overview of the kind of the landscape there. But let's get down to it. What does this actually mean for, your wallet?
Right, the cost.
Yeah. These fees, they seem to vary quite a bit.
Hugely. It really depends, first and foremost, on your citizenship status and then the specific program you're aiming for.
Okay, so give us the ballpark figures.
But for Singapore citizens, they pay the least. Annual tuition often starts around, say, SGD 7,500, maybe up to SGD 13,200 or so.
That's quite low comparatively.
It is. Permanent residents, they're in the middle. Generally looking at SGD 10,900 to about SGD 18,500 per year.
Okay. And international students.
That's where it jumps significantly. The range is much wider. For maybe SGD 15,000, but it can go right up to SGD 62,650.
62,000. Wow.
Yeah, that high end is usually for specific, very resource-intensive programs at, say, NUS, like medicine. For our U.S. listeners, that top end is roughly, 47,000 US dollars a year?
That's a serious investment. So why such big differences? It's not just citizenship, is it?
No, not entirely. I mean, the citizenship is the main driver because of government subsidies, specifically the Ministry of Education, the MOE tuition grant. That's the key factor for local students.
Ah, the grant.
Exactly. It is a big part of Singapore's strategy, really, making world-class education accessible for its citizens, nurturing local talent. But they still want to attract global students, too.
Right. And program type matters, too, you mentioned.
Definitely. STEM fields, like medicine or engineering, often cost more than, say, social sciences. It just takes more resources, labs, specialized equipment, sometimes smaller classes for hands-on work.
That makes sense. So this leads to the problems students sometimes face. What are the common issues?
Well, a big one is just underestimating the total cost. People focus on tuition, but forget accommodation, books, food, transport. It all adds up.
The hidden costs.
Exactly. And then there's real confusion sometimes, especially for international students, about the difference between the subsidized rate and the full unsubsidized rate. Getting that wrong can be a shock.
It sounds like a lot boils down to not having the full picture up front. Like you said, tuition's the headline, but then daily expenses, books, they sneak up on you.
They really do. The coffee, the transport fares, that unexpected textbook cost. Budget killers, like you said.
So for someone planning this journey, what are the absolute must-do tips for managing these fees?
Okay, crucial point here. It really, really pays to do your homework. Dr. Emily Tan, she used to be an admissions officer at NUS. She made a great point. She said, basically, students pay higher tuition because they didn't do their research on local grantor scheme.
Hmm, good insight.
Yeah. So our deep dive today, we're trying to be that research for you. First tip, start early. Budget at least a year ahead if you can.
Okay, plan ahead.
Second, scholarships.
Uh,
Prioritize applying. Look into that MOE tuition grant we mentioned. Now, for international students, getting this grant often means signing a bond.
yes, a bond.
Usually it's a commitment to work in Singapore for about 3 years after you graduate. It's not a penalty. It's more like Singapore's way of getting a return on its investment in attracting global talent. It's a mutual thing.
Got it.
Also, check out university-specific scholarships, like the NUS Global Merit Scholarship, and look for external ones, too. And remember, something like 87% of local students get that MOE subsidy. It shows how impactful it is.
Wow, 87%. That's huge.
It really is. Then, of course, budget properly for all living expenses, not just tuition. And finally, explore options like work-study programs. SUSS and SIT are known for these, or maybe part-time study if you're already working.
So fundamentally, it's about understanding all these layers, isn't it? The grants, the bonds, the living costs, knowing why things cost what they do. That seems key to making a smart choice.
Absolutely. It's about informed decision-making.
Which brings us to a final thought for you, the listener. We live in an age with just oceans of information out there, right? So how much value do you really put in digging deep, on truly understanding the nuances of a major decision like this, the cost of higher education, versus just grabbing the surface-level facts? What else might be lurking beneath the shiny surface of those official university brochures that could really shape your future?